Welcome to Been There, Learned That. This is the podcast for leaders devoted to Jesus, their families, and the pursuit of meaningful work. As a life and leadership coach with decades of experience in church, nonprofit, and corporate settings, I am passionate about supporting others. Join me right here every week to gain clarity, confidence, and sustainable strategies to help you break free from behavior patterns that are hindering your leadership. Imagine having authentic energy for your life. It is entirely possible, and it all starts right here. Let's get started. Hello there, and welcome to today's episode. I am so glad you're here because I want to share a question with you. One that recently sparked a powerful shift in a conversation I had with a client. Here's the question. What's alive in you today? You see, this isn't about your to-do list or maybe that meeting you have later today. It is not about the things you feel that you have to do or even the expectations that might be weighing on you today. Instead, with this question, what's alive in you today, I am inviting you to pause for a moment, to take a breath, and to think about what's truly on your mind underneath all of the surface noise. What's the thing, the person, or maybe even the idea you wish you could give time to, but you just haven't? Is there something that's quietly tugging at your heart or your mind today? A whisper that comes and goes, maybe over the last week or two? An idea or a dream that you keep pushing aside because it's not urgent? You see, we all have these thoughts or nudges that quietly ask for our attention. In fact, they might be begging for your attention, but the pace of our lives can often make it hard to give them room to take shape. So I want you to let today's episode serve as just a little permission slip. Your permission to stop, to step back, and to tune into that quiet thought, that subtle nudge, and to tune into that without guilt or pressure. You don't even have to take action on it. Right now, I'm just asking you to listen. You see, there's a strong chance that what is alive in you today isn't on your calendar. It's probably something that no one will remind you about. No one's going to expect you to spend 1 minute on this thing today. In fact, I would argue you could probably go to sleep tonight, put your head on the pillow, and not have a second thought about this thing that's tugging at you because no one's holding you responsible for it. But I want you to imagine for a moment what might happen if you intentionally gave this thought, gave this idea just a little space. What could it bring to your life, to your growth, or even your understanding of yourself? Take this invitation to explore without any expectations. Do not approach this as a problem to solve or a task to finish. I really feel I have to say that to you because I have to say that to myself as well, okay? Do not approach this as a problem to solve or a task to finish. When you sit with the question, what's alive in you today, just let yourself think. Let your mind wander. See where it takes you. What comes up for you? What is alive in you today? You might find yourself jotting down a few ideas or observations. You might feel emotions arise that surprise you, or you may simply notice a fresh perspective. You might connect some dots, some themes in your life, or maybe something God is showing you simply because you paused and listened. And that is the beauty of this. Sometimes the best insights come not from figuring everything out, but from allowing yourself to sit with these thoughts, let them come to mind, and simply be. Well, you might be wondering, why does this matter? It matters because when leaders take the time for this type of personal reflection, they deepen their sense of trust in themselves, their belief that they can lead, their belief that they can give themselves time to do what's important, their belief that they won't put everyone else's needs above their own. When a leader takes time for this type of personal reflection by asking, what's alive in me today? They learn to listen to those small inner whispers, to their intuition, those small whispers that often guide us towards greater clarity and purpose. I want to give you the possibility, I'm offering this to you, you can take it or leave it. I want to give you the possibility that sitting with this question, what's alive in you today? Sitting with that question might actually save you loads of time. And here's why. Leaders who make a habit of listening to these whispers don't get stuck in the pattern of ignoring their own ideas, of ignoring their emotions or their dreams. Instead, they become more open to hearing directly from God. They become attuned to that gentle, divine nudge that says, hey, this matters. Pay attention. So no doubt you are spending so much time and energy on your key relationships, at work, at home, with your friends and your family. But giving yourself just a few moments today to connect with what's alive in you can be one of the best things you do for your relationship with yourself. As leaders, I think some of the greatest neglect we do is neglect our relationship with ourselves. We tell ourselves, I'll get to you later. And in many cases, we don't actually get to ourselves. So as we wrap up this episode, let's take a deep breath. Let yourself carry this question forward. What's alive in you today? Give yourself permission to reflect, even if just for a few minutes. Embrace this process without pressure, knowing that simply by paying attention to what's alive in you, you are nurturing a deeper, more authentic connection with yourself and ultimately, I believe, with God. You are giving God an opportunity to explain this thought that keeps coming to mind. Well, thank you so much for joining me today for this moment of reflection. Until next time, keep tuning in to what's alive within you.